VCR, party live. VCR, party live. At the end of the 20th century, a scientist saw a killer comet on its way. He filmed instructions for its destruction over a second-hand VHS tape, but then was hit by a Winnebago. So his assistants Nick and Joe must search every corner of his drone for the cassette that is our only home. But in the meantime, they'll play the greatest clips they find. VCR, party live. VCR, party live.
Hello, Melinda's! Episode 100! We're
We did
here! 100 episodes in a row.
I don't remember any of them.
No.
But happy 100 to us and to everyone who watches, all the Melindas out there.
It's going to be a good episode.
This is VCR Party. I'm Nick. This is Joe from the Found Footage Festival. We're surrounded by 10,000 VHS tapes, and we're attempting to get through them with all of you. We've made a dent over 100
I
episodes.
think we've done pretty good, but we just keep getting new boxes. There's just stacks and stacks
That's
of
the problem.
boxes all around us that we haven't even looked at. So yeah, the shelves, we're getting through those.
We have
like
hundreds more episodes to go before we've even made a real dent.
100,000 more episodes.
You'll notice that there's an empty chair. It's because we wanted to have a special guest.
Yeah.
And it comes from a Found Footage Festival classic, a video that's been in our show for a long time.
Yep.
So let's start
We're
off by
still hoping for the special guest.
fingers crossed. We'll explain more
We're keeping
later.
the chair open.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens.
But the guest we hoped to have was from this clip called Creating REM Lazar, and it's a Found Footage Festival classic from Volume 4 of our show. Do you want to play the intro? Here we go.
You caught me with my pants down, but no one sells carpet or waterbeds for less.
We got this one from our pal Andrew in Denver.
Who's been on the show.
He's been on the show, Andrew Novick, and he gave us a compilation DVD, and on it, they're all from his VHS collection.
People can read all the things on
Yeah,
here.
this is from his VHS collection.
The Sibian training videos on there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good stuff on there.
Including a children's video called Creating REM Lazar that he had on VHS.
Oh, was that queued up?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. All right. Well, hopefully it'll remember it.
Oh, okay. All right. So we're going to play a clip from Creating REM Lazar, and this will give you an idea of why we've been so obsessed with this clip. So we'll roll it in a second here. Terrifying.
I declare this the REM Lazar Clubhouse. So declared. What does it take to build a friend? A little bit of dreams and some glue to mend. I need a friendship, I know that's true.
Just like the friendship I have with you.
Just like the friendship you have with us.
Just like the friendship I have with you.
There's a storm outside.
We did it. We created REM Lazar. That's not REM Lazar. All we created was a great big doll. Don't say that, Ashley. We have to believe in him if we want to make him real.
He yells all the time.
We ask, is our fantasy for real? Or is it just a dream that we hold with all our might? We need him here tonight. This night we created
Gold Converse. Blue eyebrows.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, good detail.
Your fantasies for real.
A little too cozy with the kids, maybe right away.
From your dreams.
Are they sleeping or what are they doing?
They're suckling at the teat of REM Lazar.
I'll tuck you in tonight.
We didn't ask for that, Rem.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
does that feel good?
So that's creating Rem Lazar.
And so we wanted to have Jack Mulcahy plays
Yes.
Rem Lazar, and we wanted to have him on. And George, you tried to get him on, right? George is directing today. by
Yeah,
the way.
George.
Yeah, he, let's see, he has a lot of scheduling issues, but he said that if you created him, he could be here.
Okay.
Okay.
And I can't help but notice you're also wearing a Rem Lazar outfit right now.
What do you mean?
Your clothing.
The gloves, the quixotic
Oh.
medallion around your
I
neck.
think it's just a coincidence.
Oh, is it?
Oh, yeah?
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. All right. You didn't even notice. Okay.
Well, yeah, we wanted to have him on and promote. He's in a new movie, which, let me look at the name of it, because,
The house on Cox Curve.
what is it?
The house.
Oh,
on
the house on Cox Curve, and it's going to be at the Garden State Film Festival at the end of March. He was going to come on and promote that because
Yeah.
the timing worked out, but yeah, like you said, I guess he's got demands. He has to be.
But what did you say?
conjured.
You said that we could create him, and then he could show up.
That's what he said.
Okay.
mean, I
Well,
don't-
with what? What are we supposed to create him
I
with?
mean, like in there, they had like a mannequin. They had like
Yeah,
a mop
torso.
with they spray painted a mop blue.
Converse
and,
Ulster. What do we have lying around?
I have a box of tapes from Bob Hedges.
Oh yeah.
This
okay.
could be the torso.
Okay. I have this this head that an art student made that we found this at a thrift store,
Okay.
and it's by my desk.
Okay.
Yeah.
That could be it.
All right. What
All right,
else?
this is precarious. There's a Rejuvenate face mask. We could throw that on there.
Okay. And here's like a cape. This is a California raisin costume. This
Okay.
could be the cape.
Okay. Here's a Gary pin. I'll just toss that right there.
That's essential.
Yeah. And then what? Oh.
Nothing's happening.
No,
yeah.
no. Here. Let me try this. Just sprinkle some Batman cereal over it.
Okay.
All right. Let's see what happens.
No,
Okay.
Marty's interested
Anything?
in it,
Okay.
but no, do not eat
It's
this.
made by
Marty.
Purina. It's made
Yeah,
by Purina.
yeah,
It's okay.
but no. But nothing's
shoot.
happening.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. I think we need to believe.
That's right. That's the
Yeah.
missing ingredient.
We need to believe in Rem Lazar. Let's
need
believe
in
in Jack
Rem-
Mulcahy.
Believe in Jack Mulcahy. Believe in Jack Mulcahy. Believe in Jack Mulcahy. We created Jack Mulcahy.
It worked!
He's here.
It actually worked! Quixotic vision you did.
Oh, nice
And
reference.
he still got it too.
Still got it.
Jack, thank you for being
Yes.
here. We're so excited to talk to you about creating Rem Lazar, and
we got Rem Lazar on the show.
this is huge.
You
Episode
did.
100. This is huge for
I have
us.
no idea how you tracked me down, but you know,
We
it's,
created you.
That's how you did
Yeah.
it. Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your career. You've been an actor for a long time here in New York, and how'd
as
you
a
get
matter-
started?
My first feature film was, well, let's backtrack just a little bit. I'm a singer and a songwriter to begin with, as you know, as Rem Lazar will
Yes,
will
we heard
bear
a little
out.
bit of that,
Yes,
yeah.
you've heard a bit of that. So I've had bands since I was 17. Toured all over New York. I worked at Atlantic Records for a long time. You know, worked with Foreigner. I worked with all these really fantastic groups, and then I got my first feature, which was a tiny little budgeted teen sex comedy called Rem Lazar. Not Rem Lazar. No, called Porky's.
If
Porky.
only.
Oh,
Porky's.
So
very
I was
familiar.
I was one of the boys of Angel Beach High School.
Whoa.
That thing
Were you
wound up
looking to the,
making. That was not me.
Okay.
No, that
Okay.
was Tommy Turner.
Okay.
But I was the one with the crooked dick screwing around corners. Frank
yes,
Bell.
that's
yes,
right.
in the
a
shack
dirty
scene.
joke come to life.
Yes, exactly.
I think Porky's was the movie where I became a man. When I first saw it,
You wouldn't be the first.
I think it was an overnight
You
at
wouldn't be
a
the-
friend's place.
Yeah,
We
and-
watched it, and next. the
I've
next morning I woke up
I've
a man.
ruined America forever. Right?
So Bob Clark, that shot in Canada, was it? Or where?
No, it shot in Florida
Oh, it
actually.
did,
Yeah,
okay.
but Bob was a Canadian, and it was a Canadian company. It was Simon Bellevue Pathé that shot this thing. That gave us $1.5 million, and it wound up making $200 million in 1982. Wow! $2 theater tickets. So you can imagine what it would be today, right? So I mean, my first residual checks were like 16 grand clear, right? For like
Nice.
several years. Then we shot the sequel, which only made $90 million. Okay,
Good
so.
God.
And I'm figuring to myself, well, I think I might be able to do this.
Yeah.
And so 120 to 150 credits later, here I am.
Yeah,
And so
Incredible.
You were like, this movie business is pretty easy.
It's
What's
pretty.
everybody talking
It's
about?
really not that easy because I didn't really hit something until maybe 18 years later with
Oh,
Brothers
okay.
McMullen.
Oh, really? There's
Yeah.
yeah.
So there was a gap there. It's like 15 years later with Brothers McMullen.
And,
yeah. So
and prior to that, creating REM Lazar. How did that come about?
Well, I've met Phil Meyerowitz, who was the producer on REM Lazar. I met him at a wedding, actually.
Yeah.
And, you know, my hair was as long as it is in REM Lazar, and I was still doing my rock and roll thing. And Phil says to me, he says, I know a guy named Scott Zacher, and he's looking for a guy to play a superhero. And I was like, yeah, you know, I was like, yeah, okay, you know. He goes, but it's a musical. I'm like, oh, really? So, and
Okay.
I
And
went out.
music's your first love, right?
Music is my first love. And Scott would love to tell this story. He says, so I go out to Hempstead, Long Island to meet Scott. And he said, as soon as you came down the escalator, I'm like going, that's REM Lazar. So I pretty much had it. And he's like going, God, I hope this guy can sing. So we went to the studio to meet Mark Millet, who is the composer and the lyricist for all the songs that we're going to hear. And we hit it off. I had to change the keys a couple of times because of the kids, right?
Right.
So there's somewhere I'm just a little bit pitchy, but most of them was right in my wheelhouse.
So
like, Reach for Your Heart is like the showstopper.
The thing that blew my mind was that was your real hair.
That
We
was my
thought
real
for
hair.
sure that was a
That
wig.
was not a wig.
We emailed you. We're like, do you
No.
still have the wig from?
No.
You're like,
No.
no, that's my real hair.
That's amazing.
And I forget the makeup woman's name, but she was fantastic. But you know, at one point, you know, that she would like spray can. She goes, "Why don't you just dye it blue until the shoot's over?" I'm like going, because I live in New York, and just I don't mind. And every night when the shower come off, you see the blue coming off.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, I was just worried that it might be ruining my hair, you know, but it didn't.
That was
You
a
know,
good head of hair. I mean, you still got a decent,
Well,
I mean,
most of it. But,
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
It's like, you know,
it's not
30
REM Lazar level.
No, it
now,
is not. And never will be. So
Well, we showed a brief clip up top of the kids sort of attempting to bring you to life with the mop and the dummy.
And the dummy, yeah.
And this is, we're going to show a clip here where you just have sprung to life.
Okay.
And you're learning all the powers that you, I say you, I mean
Yes.
REM Lazar.
Yes, of course.
But here's, once the kids have created REM Lazar, let's take a look at
Fantastic.
this. Oh no, wait, I think this is
That's right.
this is actually the first appearance
Okay.
of, yeah.
Yes, in the school.
Rem Lazar? Where are you, Rem Lazar? I don't feel like school anymore. Let's take a trip to an unknown land.
Zach. I've just about had it with your daydreaming in class.
I wasn't just...
And I will hear no more stories about your imaginary worlds. When you're in my classroom, this is the only world there is.
Answer the calling
There he is.
oceans.
Peering out of a lined paper.
It's an open
But see, I'm surprised that she can see there. I thought you were the imaginary friend.
I don't know if she can.
But when she's looking at it.
Well, I'm like everywhere, right? So
Right,
Oh,
yeah.
so everybody has a little REM Lazar in them.
everybody has a little REM Lazar.
And she's recognizing that. Okay.
Yeah, and she's like letting him, slide a little bit, but she's still going to send him to the principal.
Still a sad boy going to the principal,
And
yeah.
the principal was actually Scott Zacharin's principal.
Oh, and was that
At
shot
Belmore.
on Long Island then,
Yeah,
at that
at the
school?
Belmore School, yeah.
Oh,
Wait,
wow.
Scott Zacharin, that's the actor?
Scott
That's the guy
Zacharin is
creator.
Vorak, actually.
Oh, really? He plays the
Yes,
villain, and he's
yes.
also the creator of REM Lazar.
He's the creator of creating
really?
REM Lazar, yeah.
He's the digitally man.
Yes,
Yes,
exactly.
okay. Yeah.
Yes, that high-tech digit.
Yeah.
Can you, I mean, it's been a while, can you sort of sum up the plot of REM Lazar for folks who haven't seen the whole thing?
Well, it's a story of a couple of kids who have common fears, fears of not making friends and fears of the dark. And they separately dream up their idea of a superhero that will help them dispel all these, these fears that they have. And it's in arts and craft class where they realize that it is one and the same. And so they try and get together, and they finally come to terms that they are on the same team. And what are they going to do? Well, they can't just wish him to death. They have to make him. They actually have to create REM Lazar.
Mm-hmm.
And so they take, pieces of, mops and dummies and whole
Converse
cloth and
shoes
some gold Converse
yeah.
shoes and gold spray paint and and they go to town.
Right.
And they put them together. They go to a shack and put them together, the REM Lazar clubhouse, and while they're building me, a big storm comes through, and they both fall asleep. And by the time they wake up, I've been brought to life.
Right. Well, go ahead, Joe.
Well, I was going to ask about the name REM Lazar, because I always thought that the name REM Lazar was a word backwards. It doesn't seem like or an anagram or something.
Rapid eye movement.
Is that what it is?
The dream state, yeah.
Oh, okay. I knew it had some sort of.
Yeah.
What's
Right,
the Lazar
like
part?
Lazar, I think that's. I would have to ask Scott what that is. I did know at some point.
Okay, but it all
there is a
has-
meaning there.
There is a meaning for
Okay,
it, sure.
yeah.
And also, I had heard that you on IMDb have a 147 IQ.
That's
Actually,
true.
there's two conflicting reports. One says 148, one says 147.
Well, I did lose a couple of.
That happens.
It's been updated.
Especially
Okay.
during the Trump administration.
Right.
So
Right.
it's like we're all like.
That'll do it.
That'll do it.
We're all a little dumber now.
Yes, we are.
All right, you got
I
another
do
clip?
have the clip of you coming to life.
Okay,
That you're
this
kind
is
of
fun.
learning what all your powers are and your abilities.
It's morning.
Is this set?
Was it just
This
a
is
dream?
it.
Was it?
Actually, no, it's not.
It's a real shack.
It's a real shack.
I think. I mean,
Courtney.
as usual, he
In New
was
York?
here when we needed
No, it
him
was out in
most.
Belmore.
But it was different this time. It felt like he really was here.
Good morning.
Ram, you're alive! You can talk!
That's a Frosty the
It's not a
Snowman
vision, I
reference.
can.
Because he always said that.
Yes.
I can touch.
Happy birthday.
Oh, happy
Yes.
birthday.
I can feel. I can hear. And I can see.
How old are you?
Why?
You
About
needed me.
30.
How?
Good shape.
You believed in me.
Where?
Here we go.
From within your mind, no one else can find the life that you inspire. From another place, not from outer space, from someplace even higher. Run Lazar,
This song is on a constant loop in my head at all times.
run Lazar.
Did you have to wear anything for modesty there? I mean, it is a kids' movie.
There is a story about
okay,
that
let's
too.
wait till this clip's done. Yeah.
It's called a dance belt. I found out about
yeah.
that. Yeah. Here's my there I go.
Look at that.
I'm flying. Wow.
Do anything.
Believe in yourself and do anything.
From within your mind, no one else can find the life that you inspire. From another place, not from outer space, but from someplace even higher. Run Lazar. Run Lazar. I can walk, I can talk, I can listen and learn as the wheels in my mind
begin to turn, but you'll never forget
still got
what
it.
you've given to me. The power to touch, feel, hear, and see.
Still remember it.
The choreography's still there too.
Have you watched it recently, or do you
I've-
just remember that? Or 147 IQ?
Well, everybody who's well, it has nothing to do with memory, really.
Okay.
It does, but it does have something to do with recall. Yeah, I mean, with the sudden spate of interest in it, of course, you've gone back, and,
Yeah.
and there's just some songs in there that I just absolutely love, and I thought that we could monetize them at some point. So
Yeah.
Mark Mulcahy and I are talking about getting the actual masters back and really digitizing them, and then putting them out there. And just seeing, how many people in that generation
Yeah.
who grew up with this kind of thing
Yeah.
would be interested.
The soundtrack.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
thinking you got to do a tour. Where you introduce it, and there's sing-alongs. You have the lyrics
think
up
that
there, and you
there
have
was-
the
There you
bouncing
go,
ball and
yeah.
everything.
There was a guy in Los Angeles, I forget his name, but he actually he rented out a theater, a 400-seat theater on Fairfax, right? And he said, "Are you going to be in the Los Angeles area?" He said, "Because this thing is sold out."
Is
and
it-
he
was it
played
really?
REM Lazar
Whoa.
for this.
Is this your first interview of REM Lazar?
Pretty much,
Really?
Yeah, it is.
Well, we're doing
Exclusive.
Yeah, you have an exclusive.
We're
yeah.
doing a show in May in Brooklyn, and maybe we could have that be a REM Lazar show. If
Oh
you're
my
willing
God,
to come out for
I
it.
would love
Oh
that.
yeah, you'd
sure.
be a real life superhero to all those people.
Well, be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
guys.
Are there any? Oh wait. First of all, talk about what was it? The dance belt?
Yeah,
You're saying?
to cover up. You don't want to see too many bulges in a kid's
no,
movie, right?
and there might be a couple in there that you go, oh my God, then they realized it. So Rosemary Ponzo, who was our wonderful wardrobe, woman, she was our costume designer, and she was terrific. I'm going to send you a clip of our actual fitting, right?
Oh
Is
yeah.
a video of it?
No, well, there's Polaroids, right?
Okay.
So it's like, and
Right.
there's one where I'm just 4-day growth, and I'm just Jerem Lazar. It's like the first time I ever wore it. She's like, oh my God, this is gonna be so great. But we forgot about the dance belt. right? And they were just like, okay, just put on some, your tighty whities, and so we did. And I'm prancing through Central Park, right? And we're coming down with the scene with the fiddler, right?
Yep.
With the violin player, and all of a sudden, somebody's behind the camera is like, and then they come to me and they're going, hey, Jack, we're going to suspend. We're going to run over to Danskin, and I'm like, oh, what's Danskin? They go, we need to get you like a dance belt. And you go, consider it a compliment.
Yeah,
But,
Right. Right. See it a little too much
So,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but the scene that we see in Central Park, you have the dance belt on. At
I
that
do
point?
have the
Okay.
dance belt on, yes.
Let's play another clip. There's so much good stuff here.
Yeah, there's really good
This
stuff.
is shortly after that last scene where we see Vorak
Yes.
appear for the first time, and you say this was played by the creator of the movie,
With
right?
Scott Zacharin.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. And he's sort of a early digital effect that appears in the sky.
Yes.
And I love his song because it sounds to me like a song by the Residents or some kind, almost like an experimental electronic kind of song. Let's hear a little bit of the introduction of the villain here.
Okay.
Who are you?
Don't you recognize me, Zach? It is I, Vorak, who also lives within your dreams and fantasies.
You mean our fears and nightmares.
See this on the big screen.
Oh my God.
Nightmare.
That's genuinely scary. That is true.
Yes. The eyes.
Dragon.
Oh, it's a total Resident song.
Oh yeah.
Facing your fears isn't so hard. It all depends upon how you look at them.
I love that.
It won't work,
I've
Vorak.
been neutralized.
We're not afraid of you, Vorak. REM Lazar always chases away our fears.
Was it true that this was like written by two psychiatrists? Or I heard that somewhere on, I think it was on the IMDb.
I'm not sure if.
Yeah.
Well, it was all written by Scott Zacharin.
Oh, okay.
But I'm sure that he had input from a child psychologist
Right.
and what
It
have
seems
you.
to address those
But
kind
what
of
was
It
the
does.
concept behind the whole thing? Was there, or what was the idea? Like, how did they pitch it to you?
That it was a musical.
Okay.
And it was for kids. And it was
Okay.
going to be an after-school special, and I'd get paid.
Okay. Was it ever an after-school special?
Yeah,
Did
it
they
was.
actually play on
yeah,
like?
Yeah, it did air.
Was it NBC that did those, or?
It was the early version of Showtime.
Oh, okay.
maybe?
Oh, really? It was on Showtime?
Something
You
like
said
that,
you,
yeah.
you saw a recent resurgence on the internet, but did you ever get feedback from people who had seen it then and recognized you?
Oh
or-
God, yes.
Yeah?
Oh God, yes. And then, cut to like 2007 when I had that super popular Snickers commercial.
Right, we played a little bit of that in our show.
And then all of a sudden, there was like 14 million hits on YouTube, and it's just like going, oh my God, that's REM Lazar. So people recognized my voice. It wasn't necessarily that they recognized me because I didn't have the, the long hair and
Right.
the dance belt and stuff.
Your hair was less blue in the
But
Snickers commercial.
but
yeah.
no, the Snickers the voice resonated, and people were just like, "Oh my God, it's REM Lazar! He's selling Snickers! What is happening here?"
So this clearly touched a whole generation
It
of
really,
kids.
really did.
Do more people recognize you from that than they do like Brothers McMullen? Because you're the lead in Brothers McMullen.
Yeah, but I also get recognized from Sex and the City, which is pretty high profile, right?
Yeah.
And and I can always tell when people like look at me and they just can't place me. And I can tell how old they are, what they've seen, right? If they're about my age, I'm like going, "You're a Porky's fan, right?" And they're like, "Oh shit, that's what it is." Or if they're women of a certain age, it's like going, "Sex and the City fan." Yeah, I'm Charlotte's brother. So it's like you have a career this long, you've done so many different things, and you appeal to like so many different audiences. So
that's so cool.
Yeah.
And Law and Order, of course.
Law and Order, of course, yes,
Yeah,
of course.
Seems
Yeah.
Every New York actor seems to have paid their
I mean,
dues on
actually,
that.
firemen recognize me from Law and Order.
Oh yeah,
As funny as that.
like
yeah.
the different demographics
Yeah, it's true.
recognize you.
Yeah.
How was this movie distributed? I was wondering.
It aired once,
It was
and then-
aired on that, but then how do people have copies of this?
The VHS went out to video stores, right? And I don't know if there was any display about it or any like real big promotion about it, but apparently every single copy that they made was sold.
Wow.
And I never saw a dime in residuals,
Yeah.
Scott. However, there's, it was an opportunity to work with somebody who I've known since, and we're in like really close touch. He's doing a wonderful webcast now I'll get the information for you.
But
about
I was
we
that,
can put up
but-
a
I was
link.
wondering if it's all bootleg copies, because the copy we have is on DVD that somebody ripped from
Yeah,
something.
it
so
might be.
we probably have a copy of a copy.
Yeah,
It might be.
shamefully, this is one of the things we don't have on VHS. We have this, like our friend Andrew had it on VHS and made us this dub of it, and with a couple other things. So we'll have to get you a copy of
And
that.
by the way, we reached out to our buddy Andrew who gave us that, and he was like, "What?" So we
Yeah.
told him that we had you on the show, and he was like, he had like a bunch of questions I'll be asking you.
Okay.
Let's
good.
get into some more musical moments.
Okay.
This is the part in Central Park you mentioned.
Okay.
I trimmed this a little bit. We miss a little bit of the
doo-wops?
Yeah, we get some doo-wop. We
Okay.
get some rap.
Okay.
So let's.
And we get no fiddler?
No, I cut it off before
Oh,
the
okay.
fiddler.
All
But yeah, sorry.
That's okay.
Here's a little.
But this is with the dance belt.
I think this is without.
Oh, without dance belts.
Eagle-eyed viewers will spot Jack's package here.
We've got it all, and I believe it's right. Sharing our dreams and our passion. Under sky shining bright, we've got it all. Day and night.
Yeah, they did a very strategic cut there.
Yeah, I noticed the cape and stuff.
We've got it wrong, I believe it's right. We share our dreams and our passion. The sky shining bright, we've got it all.
This is actually in Central Park, isn't it?
It's in Central Park, and it's also just after like rap was starting to like hit.
Yeah,
Right?
89, 88, yeah.
I love this guy. He's great.
Was everything legal with the permits and everything?
No.
You guys get, no, this is all guerrilla.
We stole an awful lot of these things. Let's move on.
Is there a choreographer? That
Apparently not.
Okay. So you're improvising that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Okay. How much did you, if you don't mind me asking,
No, it's
how
fine.
much did you make off of this? How much did they?
Oh my
Did you
God!
get scale, or did you take a?
I mean, whatever the
little-
scale was at the time, you know. He paid me well. It was a good 5 or 6 day shoot, right? 3-4 days in the city, and then 2 upstate.
Okay, so they had already sold the show, so they already had a budget. Is that how? It, or was it on spec?
I think that Scott financed it himself. You know.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and I
Okay.
think Phil Meyerowitz raised some money for it. It didn't cost an awful lot. I mean, we didn't have many camera setups.
It's all up
We
there
didn't-
on the screen.
It's
I
all
mean,
It's all on
guerrilla
the screen,
style too.
exactly,
Like,
right.
yeah.
Right. And you had Rem.
Yeah.
Right? And the kids. And the
But
kids
like, where
are
was the
precious.
shack? Was the shack at like one of his buddies' houses?
It
or
was
something,
like
or-
right around the corner from where his school was. That was
Oh,
his
okay.
elementary
The
school,
school,
as well.
yeah, the shack.
Where you see the kids.
So this
do
is
a
a
bus
passion
tour,
project
it
for him.
was.
Yeah.
It really was.
Okay.
we have another clip here queued up of this one is kind of a showdown with Vorak, and it's in a lake somewhere.
Okay.
And I
Yeah.
don't know if this is the park or not, but yeah, this is sort of where you.
This is probably upstate.
Okay,
Yeah, where
all
we
right.
can.
Is this what you're looking
Oh
for,
yeah.
Zach?
They're in search for the quixotic.
Yes, and it's an illusion.
It's not real.
I can reach it.
Uh-oh.
What was that? Was that on around?
No, that was upstate.
Upstate
Oh,
here.
Yeah.
Who believes in you now, REM Lazar? Just a trying little boy who barely has the strength to keep himself alive. The sun is almost down. Soon I'll live within the views of everyone.
Zach, believe in Ashley.
Ashley, we need you. Run, Zach needs us.
Ashley, believe in Zach. You can do it.
There's kind of a trippy part where you're in both places
Yeah, I
with
love
both
that.
kids.
Yeah, great concept.
Lazar!
Looks like we're all together again.
What do we do now, Rem Lazar?
Together, we can do anything.
You remember it all.
Oh, love that stuff.
Cool effect.
To the time.
Yeah. Vorak's
We can
pissed.
do anything, Laura. Anything. We have the power to imagine a new way. We'll imagine you two and you'll never be able to frighten anyone.
No, you're getting like a migraine here, I think.
Well, their hatred is infecting me.
Right, right. This is a great line here.
Hate is contagious, and you're catching it.
Yeah. So yeah, Vorak was working for a moment there.
So a really good piece of trivia. Jonathan could not swim.
That's a little boy.
The little boy could not swim. His parents told the producers that he could. Okay.
Oh.
And they told him, well, there's going to be a part where he's going to have to jump into, like, you know, a body of water, and well, how deep?
It looked like a river too, right?
It was, yeah, it was a stream. It was a stream, and then there was a collection right there. However, little Courtney, God bless her, she said, "I'll do it." They dressed her up, and she's the one who jumped in the water.
whoa!
Wait, can we rewind it?
Rewind it.
Yeah, I'll try that. Because
then
you
there's-
can see it's from behind.
And then there's a scene where she's in my arms for a second, and it's her as well. Okay, so
that jumps
watch.
in.
wait.
Watch where
Is
she
she
is.
wearing his clothes then?
We're way back to the do.
And they tied her hair back.
Okay, here we go.
See, this is the kind of stuff you don't get from a...
Now watch. This is Courtney right there.
Wow!
Oh,
Stunt
they put a
double,
wig on.
too.
Yeah.
Who believes in you now?
And you'll see
So
a
he
Court-
must have been.
And then right there.
That
That's
was her
Courtney
too.
as well.
Definitely
Whoa.
her.
Yeah,
The sun
And then the close-ups, you could kind of...
Well, we were like only waist deep
yeah,
for me.
exactly.
So, yeah.
Wow!
How cool is that? Is
This
that great?
This is incredible.
We would have never known
behind
that.
the scenes.
And she's
dig.
like, I can swim. She was like so cool.
That location's pretty cool there with the
Yeah.
waterfall. That was a good.
Yeah.
Where upstate is
I'll
it?
have to ask Zach exactly where it was upstate, but it was about maybe two and a half hours up.
Okay.
So it was up there.
Yeah, I was going to
It was in the
suggest
Catskills,
maybe
so-
bus
Yeah.
tours, location tours for.
What was the
Yeah.
crew like? How big was the crew?
Oh my God.
I mean, was this a shoestring budget kind of production, or was this?
It was a shoestring.
Okay.
Yeah, no question about it. But one of the funniest things is that we had two PAs, Sam and Dave, right? And they actually locked themselves in a van one night. It was like hilarious.
Wait, why?
They just didn't. They didn't know how to get out of the van.
Oh, they physically locked themselves
Oh, I
up
thought it was like a strike
in
or
a van.
something.
No, not a protest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there's children's exploitation film. No, it's nothing
That
like
kid
that.
couldn't swim.
You let the girl do it. Yeah.
Are there other stories you remember from that shoot? Like,
Yeah, I mean, this is hilarious. But one day, upstate, we're at some, Catskills hotel, motel, whatever it was, pretty low rent. And Rosemary and I forget the other wardrobe assistant's name, Kelly.
wow, I cannot believe your memory.
So
147.
So anyway, so I'm walking past their room, and they're like giggling, and they've got like all the laundry, like strung out, like an old Italian, backyard, and it's all, and they're like giggling. I walk back in, I'm like, oh, what the hell are you guys laughing about? And finally, they just like confess. They go, Kelly was like sniffing your dance belt. So
No.
I'm not kidding.
What?
Why?
Why? I said before or after she watched it. It's just like, I no idea.
Could
But she
have
fessed
just
up
been
to
her
it.
weird
Yeah.
fetish, or maybe
Yeah,
she was
I
checking to
don't
see it was
know.
clean.
I don't know, but it was hilarious.
That's
wow.
somebody's thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
wow.
hey, it happens.
And now your REM Lazar's dance belt is in Planet Hollywood, the one on Long
No,
Island.
the Smithsonian is where
That's
it should
right.
be. Yeah.
Wow.
Nick, we need to get dance belts for this show.
We should. I wore a
that's
dance
great.
belt once in my life, and I was not comfortable doing it.
Super uncomfortable.
Like, so is it just like a, I don't know. I guess
It's a padded cup, and then it's a thong, basically. Okay.
Yeah.
okay, like a jock strap, basically, right?
Yeah,
Or like,
except
okay.
up the crack of your ass.
Oh, it goes up the crack of your. Oh, because
Yeah.
you don't want to see lines.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and
All
maybe that's why when you see ballet dancers, it always looks like they have kind of a
Big
mound
bulge.
sticking
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
I was playing I used to work at the Letterman show, and they had a bit where a bunch of how many cats from the musical Cats could get into a storefront window, and they didn't tell anybody. They just kept a wide shot, and then I think maybe like me and 30 other staffers dressed
Oh,
as
that's
cats.
hilarious.
That footage is somewhere, but yeah, I had a dance belt on under my cat's
Oh my
costume.
God, that's hilarious.
Yeah. All right, we have one more clip from REM Lazar, and
Okay.
this is sort of the epilogue where you have REM Lazar's turned back into an assemblage of parts, and you, but you're still there in a way.
In a way.
With the kids. So let's watch that part.
Love is contagious, and you have both caught it.
This is a good dissolve right here.
Oh yeah, that's a good edit. Yeah.
But look who that is.
Yeah.
I think I found them, both the boy and the girl.
On my cell phone.
Yeah.
Zach and Ashley.
That's us.
Is this where you kids have been the last day? I'm gonna have to take you back to where you belong.
Going to jail.
Your parents have been very worried about you.
Illegal conjuring of a magical superhero.
I think you better leave the dog here, son.
221.
That's great. I remember they tucked all my hair up under that hat, too.
I was wondering what they did.
She's in good hands. I'm sure she's okay. Thank God.
Kind of waiting for the bell to ring.
Yeah, little indicator.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mommy.
Not the best acting.
Sorry, Daddy. I love you both.
Where did you get this, sweetheart?
Wink.
Why aren't you answering us, sweetheart?
Yeah, it's so quiet in here. Yeah.
And then if you roll it further for when Zach's parents find it, he says, "I found it in a really high place. Did you find it in a tree?" That's what the mom says.
Yes.
Every time I see that, I crack up. It's hilarious.
We'll tack that at the end of the episode.
That's great.
That's a good one.
Did you find it in a tree?
Oh my God.
No,
It's so
they
great.
always say quixotic. I always thought it was quixotic.
Quixotic. Yes.
It's quixotic?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. I've been living a lie
Yeah,
this
yeah.
whole time.
So it's the sign of the infinity, of course.
Yeah,
So,
right.
You know, and it's about the highest point of the imagination.
But does it have anything to do with Don Quixote?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's where the word comes from. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we have a bit of a surprise for you because George is, like we say, our VHS detective. He's the one who found you, and he's been doing some digging. And George, what do you got for us?
We have here Jonathan today.
Jonathan Gotch.
This is Zach, the little kid from the who helped bring you to life.
Yes, he did.
Hey, Jack, what's up, man? Hope all is good and go Yanks. And yeah, to this day when I'm dreaming, I'm still dreaming of a dream. Take it easy, man.
Oh, there he is!
That's so awesome. Thank you, George.
Dad,
That's so
nice work.
great.
What is he up to nowadays, George?
George went.
I was asking George, but do you know?
Yeah.
I do. He is a.
To your chef?
He is an attorney.
Oh, he's an
Wow.
attorney now.
Holy cow!
Oh my God, Jonathan.
He doesn't have anything but REM Lazar on his about. Nothing about REM Lazar on his
Yeah,
about.
come on. How are they going to find him on LinkedIn?
He went down to Tulane. He was studying culinary arts and sciences and stuff like that. And he was a chef for quite a long time.
Wow, I love that you kept in contact.
Yeah, well, he was my neighbor. He's my next door neighbor.
Yeah, so
literally, I'm in 8A. He was in 8B.
Right.
Really?
No.
Holy
wait,
cow.
did you guys? Was it just a coincidence?
His father, Gary Gotch, was the associate producer of Porky's. That's how I got the job, right? I'd known Bob Clark from the time I was like 18 years old, and Bob was always like, "Is Jack an actor? I want to put him in this movie that I'm going to do," you know, blah, blah. And everybody's like, "No, well, Jack is a rock and roller, blah, blah, blah." He finally got the money, like 7 or 8 years later. I was about 25 or so, and he says, "Call Jack, have him come down to Florida. Couple of weeks, do some background work, see if he likes it and what have you." Well, 2 days later, 20th Century Fox liked what they saw about me on screen and said, "Write Jack into the script."
Nice.
So right before the big shack scene where everybody's like, thinking that they were about to get into a gangbang with Cherry Forever, Bob Clark walks up to me and goes, "Oh, by the way," he says, "Fox loves you, so you are a SAG member from this moment on. Say whatever you want on camera, blah, blah." And he walks away. I turn to the actor next to me. I'm like, "Oh, what just happened?" And he looks at me and goes, "Fuck you."
You're not one of us anymore.
So it was Gary's, kid, Jonathan, when this came about.
Wow.
That's great.
But wait, okay, did you guys know each other as neighbors first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
I knew Jonathan
that's all
before he
you
was
know.
born.
Right.
That's what he said in his email. He was my next door neighbor for the first half of my life. The memory that sticks out is how cold that water was.
Oh, in the lake upstate?
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if he's learned to swim since then.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like a swimmer.
Probably wouldn't have been much of a bulge showing in the cold water, I'm guessing.
Stack of nickels.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This has been incredible. Do you have anything, Joe, that you wanted to ask?
Are there any artifacts? This is from Andrew, the guy who introduced us to REM Lazar. Are there any artifacts from the shooting, like he said, like a wig, and it was like, or the mop wig?
No, and the costume I had for the longest time. I mean, not the costume itself, but the cape. But it was so chintz, right? And one time I pulled it out of my closet, and it like almost disintegrated in my hands.
Really?
Yeah. It was just.
And you just threw it away, huh?
Yeah. I mean, it's like, who knew? And because that's pretty valuable at this point.
Oh,
So I'm
yeah.
like,
What about some of those
like-
quixotic
and
medallions?
The
and
quixotic,
everything?
the gauntlets, the gold Converse, it's just like all that kind of really good stuff.
Yeah, it's in a landfill somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Decomposing.
Yeah, I think I asked everything. Oh, you know what though? I've read on IMDb. This is the extent of my research. I'm no George, but you're a big softball player.
I'm a big softball player.
Yeah.
I'm also the commissioner of the Performing Arts Softball League. in Central
Really?
Park. Yeah.
We kind of do a form of performance art here with the with the show.
Oh, yeah.
We do a live show.
Yeah,
Is there
yeah.
any way I can get in that league? Do you know
Oh,
about
absolutely.
teams that need players? Because I'm a
Former
baseball
pitcher.
player,
Yeah.
former pitcher. Yeah.
Are you? You
yes.
pitch?
Oh yeah.
Softball?
Oh yeah. I do the reverse.
Oh no, we're modified.
Okay, is that
Yeah.
fast?
No, it's as fast as you can bring it at 9 o'clock, right?
Okay.
Oh, wow. It's almost like a
Yeah,
sidearm.
dude.
I mean, I can play infield.
Dude,
Yeah, I'm an
keep
infielder.
in touch,
yes,
man.
I will.
The season starts
I have
April
your email.
14th. Yeah.
Yes.
April 13th.
You need players, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm going to be in
whoa,
touch.
okay.
8 teams in the league, 2 and 8, 4 in each division, and it's like, yeah.
I'm going to do it. I'm gonna
Fantastic.
reach out to you because I've been dying to get on a league. I
Oh,
haven't played in
good.
like 5 years, but
be great.
you know,
Who are
it's like
some of the
riding a
teams?
bike.
Are you like trying to
Gotham
kick?
Comedy Club.
Okay.
Local 802 musicians.
Right.
SAG-AFTRA, of which I am like on the team.
Okay.
What else do we have? We have.
I have a feeling you could kick Gotham Comedy
it's-
Club's ass. I mean, that's
Well,
just...
Gotham's a pretty good team.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
A lot
go
of
ahead.
free time.
Well, here's the thing. I wrote at the Onion for a long time, and I was at the Onion.
yeah.
And we had the publishing league, so we would
Uh-huh.
play DC Comics. We played High Times.
Oh, did you do Onion Network?
Wait, what?
The Onion Network
Oh
stuff?
yeah, well yeah, there was some. There was all in the same office, so there were
Okay.
some people
Yeah,
who were
yeah.
on
I
the
saw that
O&M.
you played
I was-
somebody.
yeah,
on the
yeah,
Onion
yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
right. You were an O&M.
Yeah, I was, yeah.
Okay.
I was a colonel, right? During
I could see that.
And I've got the autistic reporter, right?
Oh, right.
I remember that one.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do remember that.
Yeah, he was great.
God, it's all coming back.
Can
to
I kill Tom? No, you shouldn't do that. But he steals my yogurts.
Quick softball story.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're playing the New Yorker, and it's the Onion against the New Yorker, and
Where
one
were
of
you
the
guys playing?
It was in Central Park.
Okay.
It was one of our editors was up to bat. No, he was on second, and somebody hit something in the left field. He's circling third.
trying to score.
He's out by 10 feet. But he lowers his shoulder and
no.
knocks over, I don't know, maybe a cartoonist from the New Yorker or something. I don't know. And they both grab each other and they both pull back their fists. And I've been playing baseball my entire life. I've never been involved in a brawl
In a rhubarb.
until the Onion against New York. It wasn't a brawl, but it was just like nobody knew what to do.
Right.
Because we're
Right.
all writers
Right.
and we're all just
Right.
we're all
Right.
just kind of sauntering
Yeah.
out, just like I guess we have to go defend him, right? It's just-
That many Todd was David Denby, the critic.
I played in the Broadway Show League for many times, for many years, and the funniest thing that ever happened was 2 actors just about to get into it,
Really?
and they squared off and they go, "Okay, not in the face." And they started punching each
That's
other
the
in the
ultimate
shoulder, in the
actor.
chest. Oh,
No way.
Fuck yes. True story.
Actor
Oh.
fight. Yeah.
Actor fight.
I'd love to know who the actors are and what they were in.
Oh, my
do you
God.
remember? Or,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I forget. I think it might have been Tom Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh, really?
Wolpat?
Tom Wolpat. Yeah,
Okay, I can
was
see
from
that.
Wisconsin. He's a
Yeah,
prickly
he's a-
fuck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We're
can
from
see him
Wisconsin.
get
Yeah.
rough in it
Oh,
a
are
little
you?
bit,
He's,
yeah.
he's a Wisconsin
Yeah,
legend. He
I
probably has
know.
a statue somewhere.
I know.
Anyway, I want to close with Michael Bolton's winning softball. God. He is a pro softball player.
I know.
Do you know about him?
I know.
You
I
do?
know.
Oh,
do.
whoa.
I
Oh,
do.
whoa.
I also know that he plays with other people's bats. So
Okay. I got the feeling he
You
like.
get the joke. Yeah. It's like he sings other people's songs. He uses other people's bats.
I got you. I
I feel
aren't
like
his.
he
I
and his
love
team
that.
of ringers go from
Yeah.
city to city
Yeah,
and
I'm
beat
sure.
up on the local team.
No,
for,
I remember
for charity.
my
and-
small town in Wisconsin. His crew or softball team came through and destroyed the local team. It was like 48-3 or something like that. Because all they do is hit
No
home runs.
mercy rule?
No,
Jesus
no.
Christ.
People just want to see Michael Bolton hit home runs.
That's
I know
hilarious.
I did.
Yeah, sure.
So here's the intro for Michael Bolton's winning softball.
We get a little.
You know, a little bit of music.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Get out of here. He kind of has REM Lazar hair a little bit there.
Yeah.
Yours is better.
Not as cool.
If I'm being honest.
Yeah. Mine's more mullet.
His is more cover of a romance novel.
Yeah.
Yeah. His audience is mostly women, but at the softball,
Yeah.
I'd love to see you take on Michael Bolton.
I can hit better than you can. I'm a much better hitter.
the gauntlet has been thrown.
Yeah.
I'm a lefty. Lefty.
Oh, are you? Okay.
I'm lefty too.
Are you?
Yeah.
We're in our right minds.
Yes. All right, before ASCAP or whatever shuts us down for
they're not-
playing a
they're not gonna
Bolton
like
song,
that.
we should
Yeah.
probably...
They don't like that.
Yeah. I was gonna save the close for when you've left, but I feel like we should play the closing Rem Lazar song as the credits roll and say goodnight that way.
Why not?
Yeah. Thank you so much for being on our 100th episode.
Thank you, Jack.
This
is great.
the best episode we've ever done.
This is
great.
And we'd love to have you at our show in May at the Alamo Draft House if you're up for
Give me a
it.
firm date and I'll be there.
Yeah.
And I think you should take this show on the road. I really do. Wouldn't that be fun to tour around and like?
I'll talk to Scott.
Yeah,
Yes,
do it.
I would love to
Yeah.
make that happen.
And I'll get you Scott's information so you can
We'll have him on
Yeah.
for our 200th episode.
All right. As we always say, we'll be right back right after that.
All right, that's all. That's it.
All right. Good night, everybody. See you next time.
Good night. You and I.
Sounds like a George Benson song.
Yeah.
Okay. We have just the screen and just that audio, okay? Okay. Okay. 3, 2.
When we return, Dr. Selner will complete the bunion surgery.
Yes, those are his pajamas he's wearing.
All right, I gotta go.
That's all. That's it. Let me see that one.
We'll be right back right after that.
Where did you find it?
Someplace very high.
Did you find it in a tree?